everyone, a very warm welcome to WsCube Tech. So guys, in our previous session we have covered how to insert data in our databases. In our today's session we will be talking about how to find this data. Let's have a look on how this find works over here. So to find the data over here, let's first import PyMongo. So I'll be writing PyMongo here. Once we have imported PyMongo, we will build a connection over here. So I'll be writing client is equals to PyMongo dot Mongo client. Inside this we'll be giving two parameters. One is our local host and the second one over here is the port. So 27017 is our port. Once we're done with this, we will be defining that on which database we have been working. So we have been working on db is equals to client, and in the square brackets we will be passing company, and here we will be writing our collection name. So collection is db, and in the square bracket we will be writing employee data. So we have imported PyMongo, we have created the connection here, we have our database, and we have the collection. Correct. Once we're done with this, we need to find the data. So to find one data here, what we can do, we can simply write print, or we can create a variable x is equals to collection dot find and print x. Now as soon as I'll run it, over here it will give me data like this, that pymongo.cursor.object. So we don't need this object. What we need to do over here is very simple. So because we are talking about one data over here, the find is used for the multiple data. So because we are talking about the one data, we will be using find underscore one. And now if I run it, I'll get the first data over here, that is name John, age 24, employee ID 123, branch is manager. Similarly, if you want to obtain all the data here, in that case what you can do, you can simply write a for loop. In a for loop we will be using the find option now. So for x in colon collection dot find colon print x. Now let's run and see. So as soon as I'll run it, I'll get the ID here. Along with the ID we have name, age, employee ID, and the branch of all the details, all the data that we have inside our Mongodb. So here we have received all the data using the find option. So the find one is used when you want to obtain one data, while if you want to obtain all the data, in that case we can use find. Now here there are multiple options along with the find over here. If you want to specify that which field you want, suppose I don't want all of them, what I want is name and let's say the branch. Okay, and for that what I'll be doing, I'll be leaving one curly braces here empty, and in the another curly braces I'll be defining that here we have first thing as ID. So underscore ID. You're aware of the concept of 0 and 1. 0 means off, 1 means on. That is our boolean, right? That 0 means that thing will not be displayed. 1 means that thing will be displayed. So we don't want ID to be displayed, that's why we'll write 0. I want name to be displayed. In that case I'll be writing name colon 1. That means all the names should appear. And lastly branch 1. And now if I'll run it, you will now see that we have received name John, branch is manager, name Peter, branch is IT, name Peter, branch is IT again, name Maria, branch is manager, then we have designer, social media, and again IT. So this is how you can do it. But what if I'll remove ID from here? So if I remove this data, in that case if I'll try to run it, suppose you can see over here there is an error that says cannot do exclusion on field branch in inclusion projection, full error. What is this error? Why this error is coming? That if you have not defined the ID, you need to define ID. You cannot give 1 and 0 in the single object here. Okay, so we need to define ID, and for that I'll just put it in this way, and now if I run it, we'll get the output like this. Okay, so defining ID is very important if you want something to be displayed and not displayed. And suppose there is only one field which you do not want to display. In that case what we can do is simply we can write over here, for example, I don't want say the employee ID to be displayed. So I'll be writing employee ID column 0, and I want rest of everything to be displayed. In that case if I'll run it, so you will notice that everything is displayed except for the employee ID. So we have ID, we have name, we have age, we have branch, but no employee ID is here. So this is how we can view the data using find. So we have seen three things over here. First of all, we have used find one to fetch one data. If you use find all, that means if you want to fetch all the data, in that case we will just use find along with the for loop so that we can obtain one data in each line here. And after that we have seen a method in which if you want to display a particular field, you can display a particular field, and if you do not want to display any particular field, in that case also we can write 0 for them. So I hope guys that the concept of find over here is clear to you. In our next session we will be talking about query. So stay connected guys, and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.